Since Repair Clinic encourages you to perform this procedure safely, a warning icon will appear when you should use caution. Many dishwasher repairs will require some disassembly of the appliance. Before you attempt this, you should turn off the power supply to your dishwasher. To fully remove the upper dish rack, use a small flathead screwdriver to release the bottom tabs of both front stop clips. Then fully remove the clips. You can now slide out the rack. To replace a slide rail roller, remove the appropriate rear stop clip. Slide the rail out. You can now use a T-25 Torx bit to unthread the mounting screw, securing the roller you're replacing. Position the new roller and thread the mounting screw into the liner. Replace the slide rail. Reinstall the rear stop clip by inserting it through the holes in the slide rail, then squeeze to lock the clip into place. Align the rollers on the side rails and slide the rack in. Reinstall the front stop clips. To access the various filters installed on the sump assembly, remove the lower dish rack and pull the wash arm assembly straight up to remove. You can now rotate the coarse filter and wash arm support counterclockwise to detach from the sump. The fine filter ring and filter cup assembly can be removed as well. If you need to replace the circulation pump cover, use a T-20 Torx bit to unthread the two pump cover mounting screws to release the pump inlet plate. Now unthread the rear screw, and you can lift off the old pump cover. Install the new pump cover by positioning it on the sump. Thread the rear screw. Align the pump inlet plate and thread the two remaining screws. Reposition the filter ring and filter cup assembly in the sump so the cup aligns with the drain pump inlet. Confirm the filter ring is flush with the sump. Then align the coarse filter with the wash arm support. Position the assembly in the sump and rotate clockwise to lock it into place. Realign the wash arm assembly on the support, then snap it into place. Reinstall the lower dish rack. To access door components, use a Phillips-head screwdriver to unthread all 4 screws, securing the outer door panel. With the screws unthreaded, you can pull the panel down to detach. If you need to replace any parts in the control panel, use a T-20 Torx bit to unthread the 6 screws, securing the control panel assembly. Using the Phillips-head screwdriver, unthread the 2 screws securing the control board cover. Pull back the retainers to release the cover tab and detach the wiring grommet to reach the control board, display board, and the user interface assembly. To replace the display board, pull the retaining tab back to detach it, then disconnect the wire harness from the control board. Install the new display board by aligning it in the control panel and snapping it into place. Connect the wire harness to the control board. Secure the wires under the retaining clip. Reassemble the control panel by positioning the wiring grommet in the control board cover, then snap the cover into place. Thread the two mounting screws. Realign the control panel assembly and secure it with the screws. You can use a 1/4-inch socket or a Phillips-head screwdriver to unthread the two mounting screws, securing the lower access panels. With the panels removed, you can reach the inlet valve, high-limit thermostat, and float switch. To replace the float switch, use a short Phillips-head screwdriver to unthread the screw to release the old switch from the tank. Disconnect the wires. Install the new float switch by first connecting the wires to the terminals. Align the switch on the float stem, then thread the screw to secure the switch to the tank. Realign the two access panels. Secure them with the screws. Reinstall the outer door panel by aligning it on the inner panel, then slide up. Thread the 4 mounting screws to secure. To reach components like the blower vent assembly, door springs, or the circulation and drain pumps, you will need to fully uninstall the appliance. To do this, shut off the water supply valve. Use channel lock pliers to unthread the water supply line elbow fitting from the inlet valve. Be prepared for some water to spill. Next, use a 1/4-inch socket or a T-25 Torx bit to unthread the screw to release the junction box cover. Note the orientation of the power wires, then untwist the wire nuts to disconnect the wires. Unthread the screw to release the grounding wire. Now unthread the strain relief nut and detach the strain relief and power wires from the junction box. Next, disconnect the drain hose from the sink drain or garbage disposer and feed it through the cabinet. Unthread the mounting screws, securing the dishwasher to the countertop, cabinet, or floor. To move the dishwasher, you may need to adjust the legs to lower the appliance. You can now pull the dishwasher away from the cabinet. To access the drain or circulation pump and the turbidity sensor, tip the appliance back and rest the rear panel on a towel or blanket. If you need to replace the circulation pump and motor, note the orientation of the wires connected to the motor, then disconnect them. Use a T-25 Torx bit to unthread the 2 screws, securing the pump retaining bracket. Slide out the bracket. You can now pull the old circulation pump and motor assembly free of the sump. Prepare the new circulation pump and motor for installation by transferring the gaskets from the old pump to the new one. Apply some lubricant to the gaskets. Now align the notch in the pump with the tab in the sump housing and push the assembly into place. Slide in the retaining bracket, making sure the alignment pin is inserted into the hole in the bracket. Thread the screws to secure. Connect the wire connectors to the appropriate terminals on the circulation motor. Return the dishwasher to its upright position. Confirm that the end of the drain hose is accessible through the cabinet wall. Then gently slide the dishwasher back into the cabinet. Adjust the leveling legs if necessary. Rethread the screws to secure the appliance to the countertop, cabinet, or floor. Feed the drain hose through the cabinet and connect it to the sink drain or disposer. Make sure the hose is elevated above the connection point. Fully position the wires and strain relief in the junction box. Then thread and tighten the strain relief nut. Secure the grounding wire with the screw. Join the black wires together and the white wires together and secure them with the wire nuts. With the wires positioned inside the junction box, realign the cover and rethread the screw to secure. Reconnect the water supply line fitting to the inlet valve. Realign the 2 access panels. Secure them with the screws. With the reinstallation complete, turn the water supply back on, as well as the power, and your dishwasher should be ready for use.